Morning, all. All right, so we got 7 games tonight. We're going to talk about some interesting matchups. The Canucks finally getting back at it after over a week off to go with that almost 2 weeks off that they've had as well. And yeah, so there's been a lot of off time for Vancouver. We'll see how that affects them. So starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, there's 3 games on. There's 1 game an hour later, and then the 3 late games get started. So again, nicely spread out. Tampa Bay is in Buffalo. This starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. These teams met October 25th. Buffalo won that game 5-1. Remember that good start Buffalo had? Good times. All right, so for Tampa, they are 23-9-5 on the season. Their goals for and goals against. They're scoring 3.24 goals per game. They're allowing 2.87. Their last 10 games, they're 6-3-1. They won their last game, or lost their last game, I should say. And away from home, they're 11-5-2. So overall, Tampa Bay's numbers are pretty darn solid the whole way through, and we'll see how things go tonight. Because Buffalo, 10-18-6 now after that strong start. They're scoring 2.62 goals per game and allowing 3.47. So the goal differentials don't really lie. The record over the last 10 games, 2-5-3 for Buffalo. At home, they are 6-10-2, so their home record and road record are both mediocre. And they're looking to try to fix both of those. And yeah, we'll see how things go against Tampa. They beat them once this year. We'll see if they can beat them a second time. Also at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, the Vancouver Canucks, the aforementioned Canucks, in against the Florida Panthers. The Canucks were on an incredible run, and then it all got shut down for them again. So we'll see how things work out. They're 16-15-3 overall. 2.53 goals per game, 2.73 goals against per game. They need to score more. They have been scoring more during the games that Bruce Boudreau's been coached. We'll see if that keeps up. 8-1-1 in their last 10. They did win their last game before this prolonged break. Away from home, they are 8-8-2. So we'll see whether or not they can continue to improve that record. The Florida Panthers, 23-7-5 overall. They're scoring 3.89 goals per game. They're allowing 2.94. Over their last 10, they're 6-3-1. They won their last game. And at home, they're 18-3. At home, Florida's fantastic. On the road, it's a work in progress. So that's the one caveat with Florida. They've played 21 games at home. They've played 35 games altogether, telling you that they do have a road-heavy schedule in the second half of the season, and that will go a long way to determining their seeding in the playoffs. It's not really a matter of whether or not they make the playoffs. Of course, they're going to. It's a matter of what their seeding is going to be, right? 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific as well. We will see the Chicago Blackhawks in against the Columbus Blue Jackets. This being a Columbus Blue Jackets third jersey, not the actual current home jersey they wear. This was the precursor to that. So the Chicago Blackhawks, 12-18-5 overall. 2.29 goals per game. They're allowing 3.4 goals per game. So again, that goal differential an issue. More than one goal difference right there. Over their last 10, they're 3-4-3. They did win their last game. Away from home, that's a problem as well. 6-11-2 overall. The Columbus Blue Jackets, 16-16-1. Which Columbus team shows up? The one that gets big leads or the one that blows those big leads? They're scoring 3.12 goals per game, which is good. They're allowing 3.55 goals a game, which is not. And that's not the kind of numbers we had expected from Columbus this year. We figured they'd be a team that might struggle to score more than a team that would be struggling to keep the puck out of their net. Over their last 10, they're 3-6-1. They did win their last game. And at home, they're 11-5-1. Their home record is still very good. Recent weeks, they've had some struggles here and there at home. We'll see whether or not playing Chicago gets them, really going in the right direction and gets them back above NHL 500. Then an hour later, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, the Colorado Avalanche go in against the Nashville Predators for the third time already this year. November 27th, Colorado wins this matchup 6-2. December 16th, Nashville wins this matchup 5-2. Colorado's now 22-8-2. They're scoring 4.31 goals per game, which is ridiculous. They're allowing 3.25 goals per game, which is not great, but their goals against is now up to 21st in the league. And while that still sounds bad, they were at one point 28th, I believe, overall, so it is getting better. Over their last 10, 9-1. They've won 5 in a row. And if Nashville scores first, Colorado wins. If Colorado scores first, Colorado probably wins. Just because that's how Colorado games have been going lately. We'll see how it goes in Nashville. Away from home, they're 8-6-1. Now, to Nashville's benefit, they're not the one playing second half of a back-to-back. So we'll see how things work out for Colorado with that. 23-11-2 is the record overall for Nashville. They are scoring 3.08 goals per game, and they're allowing 2.61 goals per game. Over their last 10, they're 8-1-1. They have won 4 in a row. At home, they are 10-5. They're very good at home. They're very good on the road as well. So we'll see how things go for Nashville. I actually kind of like Nashville's chances because, as I said, it's the second half of a back-to-back for Colorado. They've won 5 in a row. They're probably due for a loss. And, yeah, this should be a good matchup between two of the top teams in the Central. Then we go to the late games, starting at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. The Toronto Maple Leafs in against the Vegas Golden Knights. On November 2nd, Toronto won this matchup 4-0 in Toronto. We'll see how things go in Las Vegas today. 22-8-3 is the record for Toronto overall. They're scoring 3.39 goals per game. They're allowing 2.48. Those numbers are excellent. Over their last 10, they're 6-2-2. Their last game, of course, the overtime loss against Colorado. We'll see how things go tonight. Away from home, they're 8-4-2. The Vegas Golden Knights scoring 3.47 goals per game, allowing 2.97 goals per game. They're going to want to bring that down. Last 10 games, 6-3-1. They did lose their last game. At home, they're 12-9-1. So their home record is not where you would expect a Vegas home record to be. Toronto's pretty good away from home. I could see this being an upset as well. If you would consider Toronto going in and beating Vegas as an upset, which I think we would, only because, again, Vegas at home, there's that, aura about how good they can be at the Fortress, right? 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific is also the start time between the Anaheim Ducks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. December 11th in Pittsburgh, the Penguins won this matchup 1-0. We'll see how it goes tonight. Pittsburgh is 29-5. They're scoring 3.27 goals per game. They're allowing 2.5 goals per game. So they're a team that's scoring pretty well, and they're keeping the puck out of their net. Over their last 10, 9-1 is their record, and of course they lost their last game against Dallas. We'll see if they take out their anger on Anaheim tonight. Away from home, excellent 10-4-3 record. The Anaheim Ducks, 19-12-7 overall. They're scoring 2.97 goals per game. They're allowing 2.71 goals per game. Over their last 10, they're 4-4-2. They did win their last game. Dostal was decent. We'll see if he gets another chance in the net. At home, 12-5-4 is the record for the Anaheim Ducks. So they'll be looking to even the record against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will be looking to show, hey, that one loss, that's it. We're right back on the winning track. That's what we'll be seeing tonight. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start time for Detroit in against the San Jose Sharks. January 4th, these teams met in Detroit. The Red Wings won that matchup 6-2. The thing is, Detroit's a very different beast on the road than they are at home. Detroit's 16-16-4 on the season. They're scoring 2.72 goals per game. They're allowing 3.36 goals per game. So goal differential works against Detroit here. Over their last 10, they're 3-6-1. They did have an overtime loss in their last game. Away from home, they're 4-11-2. They had a good showing, though, against the Anaheim Ducks. We'll see how they do against San Jose. San Jose's 19-16-1. They're now in the hunt for the playoffs. They are scoring 2.81 goals per game. They're allowing 3.08 goals per game. Over their last 10, they're 5-5. They did win their last 2 games. So, for San Jose, we'll see how things go. The LA Kings now have jumped into 3rd spot, so now Calgary is down to the number 2 wild card. Points percentage-wise, Calgary's still in pretty good shape, but the California teams are showing they're not going to make it easy. So at home, San Jose's 9-7-1. So I kind of like San Jose's chances in this, but we'll see. We'll see which Detroit team shows up. Let me know your thoughts and your picks in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.